Ella and the Magical Vine. Once, in a small village named Eldoria, there lived a kind woman named Jane and her sweet daughter Ella. Their sole source of livelihood was a single vineyard, which had lately failed to produce any grapes. They were desperate, for the impending winter meant they needed to stock up on food and firewood. One day, while Jane fretted over their worsening plight, Ella tried to comfort her, saying, "Mother, worry not. Tomorrow is the village market. I'll take our last jar of grape jam and see if I can get a good price for it." Early the next morning, Ella, with the jar cradled in her arms, started her walk to the market. Before she reached there, an old woman with sparkling eyes and a mysterious aura crossed her path. "Ah, young Ella," she greeted. Ella was taken aback. "How do you know my name, ma'am?" The old woman chuckled. "I know a lot of things. I also know you plan to sell that jar of jam in the market. Instead, would you be interested in trading it with me for this magical seed?" Ella was hesitant. "What's so special about this seed?" The old woman leaned in, whispering, "Planted at midnight, and by dawn, a vine will grow, reaching the heavens. This vine holds the key to your destiny." Intrigued and with little to lose, Ella traded her jam jar for the seed. She raced home to tell her mother, who was initially upset about the trade but, seeing Ella's hopeful eyes, relented. That night, as the clock struck 12, Ella planted the seed. Tired, she soon fell asleep. Awakened by a peculiar rustling sound, she found her room filled with sunlight, split by a vast green vine snaking its way into the sky. Curiosity piqued, and she decided to climb. Hours seemed to pass as she ascended until she finally found herself in a magnificent crystal palace floating amongst the clouds. The palace was guarded by a giant named Brutus. Ella, using her wit, hid behind a pillar and observed Brutus as he loudly exclaimed, I sense the presence of an Eldorian." Ella thought fast and began to sing a lullaby her mother used to sing to her. The soft, melodious voice lulled the giant to sleep. Seizing the opportunity, she explored the palace and found a room filled with golden grapes. Remembering her mother and their desperate situation, she filled her satchel with them. Just as she was about to exit, a golden goose approached her, flapping its wings. "Please take me with you. I'm trapped here by the giant." Ella agreed, but as she made her way out with the goose, the bird let out a loud squawk. The noise woke Brutus, who thundered, "Thief! You dare steal from me?" With the satchel and the golden goose, Ella scrambled down the vine. The ground was closer than she had thought. When she was nearly at the bottom, she shouted, "Mother! Fetch an axe." Jane, realizing the danger, grabbed an axe and started hacking at the vine. It fell just as Brutus was mere feet from reaching Ella. The impact of the fall made the earth shake, and the giant was never seen again. Breathing a sigh of relief, mother and daughter looked at their rewards, the golden grapes and the goose. The goose spoke, "Plant one golden grape, and you'll have a vineyard bearing gold every year." And so, with the golden goose and the magical vineyard, Ella and Jane never faced hardship again. They were not only able to provide for themselves, but also revitalize Eldoria, turning it into a prosperous village, and in time, Ella's bravery and kindness became legendary. But the story of Ella's next adventure atop another magical vine is a tale for another day. Ella and the Magical Vine, the Second Climb. In the prosperous village of Eldoria, Ella and her mother Jane lived comfortably, thanks to the golden grapes from their magical vineyard and their beloved golden goose. The village, once struggling, now thrived under their generosity and the wealth the vineyard provided. However, Ella, ever the adventurer, often gazed at the sky, wondering what other mysteries lay above the clouds. One serene night, the golden goose approached Ella with twinkling eyes. "Ella, another magical seed exists, which grows a vine leading to a realm of wisdom and knowledge. But beware, for its guardian is not as easily swayed as Brutus was." Ella, her spirit alight with adventure, knew she had to explore this new vine. With her mother's reluctant blessing, she embarked on her journey, planting the seed at midnight once again. By dawn, a vibrant, blue vine had erupted from the earth, its tendrils caressing the heavens. With determination, Ella climbed. This vine was different. It shimmered with a gentle light and seemed to hum a soft, enchanting melody. Hours later, she found herself in a realm of floating books and swirling constellations. A massive owl, eyes as vast and deep as the universe, greeted her. "Welcome, seeker of knowledge. I am Ulrich, the guardian of wisdom." Ella, undeterred by his formidable appearance, introduced herself and expressed her desire to learn and share the wisdom of this realm with the people below. Ulrich, amused by her bravery and kindness, proposed a challenge: "Answer my riddle, and the wisdom shall be yours to take. Fail, and you shall become a part of this realm forever." Ella agreed, her heart steady and resolve unbroken. Ulrich spoke. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have nobody, but I come alive with wind. What am I?" Ella pondered, her mind weaving through the words until clarity struck her. "An echo," she replied confidently. Ulrich, impressed by her wisdom, granted her access to the realm. Ella spent years there, absorbing knowledge about healing, technology, agriculture, and peacekeeping. When she descended to Eldoria, she was not the young girl who had climbed the vine. She was a wise and knowledgeable leader. With the wisdom she brought back, Ella transformed Eldoria into a utopia where technology and nature coexisted harmoniously. The knowledge of healing eradicated diseases, agricultural wisdom brought endless harvests, and the teachings of peace ensured that war was unknown to the Eldorians. Ella, forever humble, ensured that the wisdom was shared freely, not just within Eldoria, but with all neighboring lands. The golden goose, ever by her side, became a symbol of prosperity and wisdom, reminding everyone that with kindness, bravery, and a thirst for knowledge, realms of possibilities could be unlocked. And so, Ella's legend lived on, not just as a tale of adventure and prosperity, but as a testament to the boundless achievements one can attain when the pursuit of wisdom and the well-being of others is placed above all else. Her adventures didn't end there, for the sky, vast and infinite, whispered of other vines, leading to realms of untold mysteries and adventures yet to be explored. But those are tales for another day. In Eldoria, children gazing at the starlit sky often heard the elders say, "Reach for the skies, for in them, like Ella, you may find your destiny and bring forth a future of endless possibilities." Indeed, the tales of Ella's further adventures were passed down through generations, each one a beacon of hope, wisdom, and the testament of a kind heart and a brave spirit. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe for more interesting stories.